Helen. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Oh.
That's the big question.
Yeah, we're doing very, very well. How do you feel?
Good, excited. This is like surreal. So.
And how does it feel to have Helen Believe at SBIFF?
Honestly, it feels great. I feel really good. Sometimes red carpets are really hectic and these types of things feel like work. I'm just so proud of this movie. I'm truly thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled for Helen. This is her moment, and she's had many moments in her life, but this is a moment, and this is a night that's all about her.
Why is it so important to tell Helen's story?
Well, she is an extraordinary person who's led a very unique life. There are very few people in the world who will ever reach the heights of success that she's reached as the first ever Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. But the most important part of this story is really how she opened up afterwards and her ability to face her demons and to continue to fight and to rely on her faith to move forward in life. I think it's an extraordinary story for anyone to see, man, woman, young or old, athlete or non-athlete. I think each of us could learn something from it. And you can see it in the big screens as it opens March 30th across the country.
All right. Helen, what drew you to want to become a wrestler?
I started when I was 7. I was terrible at every other sport that I joined, so I think it was fate, and wrestling just kind of chose me, and I just fell in love with it. So, yeah, there are a lot of barriers, but it's growing for women, and it's blessed me tremendously.
Very much so. It would inspire a whole generation of young girls. And in that vein, what do you hope audiences take away from this film?
Well, it's a glimpse into a world that many people haven't seen. I think they're going to see just how tough wrestlers are, how tough Helen is, the type of grit that she has is something that our people in our country and around the world could really use a big dose of right now. I hope that they are entertained, I hope that they're inspired, and I hope that they're not afraid to also share their faith journeys the way that Helen does in this movie.
And Helen, what's like working with this guy as a producer?
It's incredible. I mean, I know Chris wrestled, and so he has an understanding of that, but just getting to pick his brain even a little bit, I think he has a greater awareness of just life and just the human spectrum of just trying to reach great heights, and also, again, that vulnerability of knowing what it's like to face challenges. And everybody on the team really helped tell my story and helped encourage me to continue to heal, and it was just so beautiful. So I'm really grateful.
Well, we're so excited to see it. It's just great. Just to pivot a little bit, you've got a big year ahead.
Yes.
You're closing out the Guardian story.
Yes.
How does that feel? Is it bittersweet or?
Feels wonderful. I'm really proud of that movie, that whole franchise. I'm grateful that James Gunn got to do all 3, and I'm not only because he's such a good friend, but he's such an amazing storyteller. And so we end on a really, really wonderful note with a beautiful story, what I think is probably the best movie of the trilogy. Really, really special, and what a way to go out.
Well, we can't thank you enough for giving us films like this, like, oh my God, Guardians. What Star-Lord?
Oh, thank you.
A generation inspired. And Helen, thank you for inspiring us throughout this film.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks for bringing it to SBIFF.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, let's go. Santa Barbara.